So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped, undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. Such scenes here, a sea of team colours, songs ringing down from the stands. The tone is set for the 90 minutes ahead. We have already started here. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Now that's been intercepted. Rummenigge. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it. That's positional goal, the utilisation of space.
Doué.
Romario, someone I see as one of probably the last breed of strikers who were strictly poachers.
The greatest amongst poachers?
Well, quite possibly. The early 90s was all about him.
The interesting thing, of course, is that he was neither the quickest nor the tallest, but he was certainly up there amongst the best.
Well, it was that low centre of gravity, Peter, nimble-footed inside the box, and the fact that he was incredibly quick off the mark that gave him the edge over his contemporaries, and of course, that fantastic striker's instinct.
Oh, well played, well sorted out. Ernest. Messi. And here's Owen. Rummenigge. Great hit! Goal!
That looks like a preconceived plan. Win the ball and then unleash.
So the first goal of the game.
Yeah, but I think they all know too well that things are far from done here, and while there's never a good time to be caught out, you definitely don't want it to be now.
Doué. Now here's the delivery. Defending of the desperate variety. 30 minutes gone. Great ball if he can get there. Tries to get it clear.
We're seeing some really good pressure being applied here, Peter, particularly from those guys up front.
And it just, I suppose, Jim, denies the others time and space.
Well, I would call it blanket suffocation. Every single player is committed to the press, and there's simply no way out.
So much time and space here, and he welcomes it, and the shots! And through to the goalkeeper. And he cuts out the supply. Yeah, a man we've all come to watch. Rummenigge. And the two sides separated by the game's only corners! Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Mario. And here's Owen. And there is the half-time whistle. Well, it's a half which has simmered along nicely, warming up to what may be a more open second half to follow.
I thought that was a decent 45 minutes of football, plenty of signs that both managers can take a lot of encouragement from. I would say the mood is neither overly negative nor positive. You still have to approach this like it's 0-0.
Leading 1-0 at the break. And we're already back up and running after half-time.
Well, if you're ahead, it's a good time to start moving the ball quicker, Peter. Entice your opponents out. See if you can open them up a bit more.
There's the shot! It's there! 2 up and threatening to pull clear.
Well, we've seen the hunger to win it back and the focus to make it count. A very tasty combination.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, with this kind of authority, Peter, why not push on and totally kill this off?
That's been intercepted.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Encouraged the pass with an intelligent run, but the pass just lacked pace.
No, that was never going to make it.
The attendance for this match was 72,306.
Aldair kept his eye on it, and he's there. Platini. Now it's Romario. And here's Xavi. Now it's Neymar.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks. Well, yet another interception and a show of anticipation to be commended.
Well, a glitch with the rangefinder there, and evident annoyance. Mateus! Well, that is commitment to the cause.
Substitution for Brazil, number 11.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from.
Big header!
Platini,
Zico.
number 17.
Brazil are looking to go forward now.
21, Romario.
Oh, that's
Coming
well
on the
spotted.
field, number
Almost
20,
75 minutes on the clock now.
number 22, Zico.
Zico,
Number 7,
he's going for goal!
number 24.
That's a real chance missed.
Well, it wasn't to be this time, but that should add to his level of confidence, something they can really do with at the moment.
Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
He is slightly undercooked, that one.
Quality deserted them when they really needed it.
Pass is coming off in quick succession here. Leading by 2 and the finishing line in sight. Now it's Messi. And Messi! Oh, taken with style! What a delicious goal, stroked in like a maestro.
Oh, give me this every week. The technical ability was superb, and you can see he meant every bit of this.
We have got ourselves a game here.
I think they've done so well to get back in it, but it's important now that they don't become over-eager in chasing another. They only need one more chance. Patience is key.
Rummenigge, and that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And he's intervened well there. And that is a little undercooked. But it's Owen. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. Well, that was close. Both sides playing their part in a great game of football. A real ride that had all of us glued to our seats from the very beginning. Rummenigge. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And this place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Well, if we did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well, that's beautifully weighted.
Now,
And Owen! Delivers the ball. Terrific header! Good delivery, but no joy.
Well, it really shouldn't be allowed to happen again. It needs to be dealt with at source.
He steps in, and that's the end of that. And it's Owen who perfectly measured that. And the shot! Oh, he's managed to get himself offside. Who do you, Jim, see making the difference here?
This guy, Declan Rice, is a player I really rate. With him, you get exactly what it says on the box. A workhorse defensive midfielder who likes to stay in the deeper part of midfield, knowing his primary job is to make sure he shuts down any build-up play in that area.
Yes, getting the best out of him will count for so much. Oh, super ball. Oh, he's been caught on it here. Casillas catches it safely. Rummenigge. And he cuts out the supply. Mbappe. Well, no joy this time. Casillas is there to clear. Well, that looks a good ball through. Owen. Cross deflected over the goal line for a corner.
They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
That has earned a reprieve for the time being. Longboa Bichaya are looking to go forward now. And that's put paid to a promising move. Shade too heavy. Keeper can pick that up. Well, he's going to be disappointed with that. Mbappe is onto it in a flash. Now it's Owen. Guardiola. Now that's been intercepted. Mateus. And it's Owen. And that interception was most necessary.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it is clear to see that he is... Has a goal! And that has earned a few nods of approval from the bench. Corner number 2 then. And that should get the job done.
there will be 1 minute added time.
Guardiola. Vinicius Junior. And there's green grass ahead of him. And we hit half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. How do you look back on the first 45 minutes?
Yeah, it's a half that's had a limp finish after a decent start, so the manager has to re-energise and re-enthuse his players to come back out pumped.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side... And he's had a hit! Oh, that's fabulous!
Well, what a restart this has been. A top player striking early. The perfect fillip to push on from what was a stunning finish. perhaps deserves a little bit of sympathy here, because that's a goalkeeper's nightmare. It's clear that the keeper was unsighted by his defence, and by the time he picked up the flight of that, it was too late.
Longboa Bichaya have taken the lead.
Listen, when it comes to goals, Peter, in this team, he's always the #1 contender, and he's done it again.
Mateus. Rummenigge. Oh, good read.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Longboa Bichaya upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and...
Mbappe! It's there! A 2-goal cushion, and it's looking safe.
Well, a 1-2 is easier to pull off than most dribbles, and I think we've just seen the proof.
So that's 2 now without reply.
Well, it's been an absolutely fabulous spell for them, and they're starting to look unstoppable. There could be more on the way.
Rummenigge. Owen. Rice. Well, this man's contribution is, as you would expect, proving terrific.
Well, not only can a player of such high caliber show the imagination to set up a goal,
he's gone for goal. Messi has it in a wide position. Vieira. Now it's Vinicius Junior. Vinicius Junior! And it's there! And surely that settles it. Even some of the opposing fans are clapping that. You just have to appreciate it.
Oh, that's a measured delight. The curl he applied was immaculate.
3-0, and things are starting to look awfully cosy. Messi is offering some sort... He's having a hit! And that will sail harmlessly past.
Yeah, he's disappointed with himself, but at least his boss is applauding the effort he made.
Odegaard. Adams calmly anticipates. Rice. Oh, now here's an interesting matchup. Oh, the ball swept loose here. And the assistant referee has his flag raised for offside. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And we have in front of us this gloriously imposing arena, absolutely perfect for a game of this nature. The action has already started. Oh, this looks sharp. Casillas will lay claim to that. David Villa. Donadoni. Quality ball. And Dijk gets good distance on it. Lyon have it back and can go again. Adams. He's through here. Nice interception, well timed. And the shots! Goal! Lyon! And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
I doubt very much that this was in the script. He has slightly undercooked that one.
That was just poor decision-making and a weak execution.
Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong.
It was such a clever idea to lift it into his path.
Beckham standing over it. Climbs up big! That's a half-decent try.
Well, he's furious with himself, but at least the boss is applauding his effort then.
Rummenigge. Oh, easy pickings there. Mateus. And here's Owen. Owen showed plenty of zest in getting to the ball, but couldn't quite sort it out. And it played right into his path. He's picked his way through. And Dijk did just about enough to come out on top there. Neither party overly willing to compromise. That has been cut short. Rummenigge. Now it's Owen. And that interception was most necessary. And here's Eto'o. David Villa! And that's straight down the keeper's throat.
Villa really isn't likely to reflect kindly on that. He doesn't need to be told. He knows.
That's an excellent interception. And that's another good win of the ball. David Villa. David Villa! Oh, he's really drilled it. Roberto Carlos kept aware, and it is reclaimed easily. And it's Owen, and he cuts out a supply. And the first 45 minutes are up. So there we are, half-time. Both teams head into their respective dressing room. And while there was a genuine flow about the game, most importantly, there has been just one telling moment. It is still very tight here. The game still up for grabs. And the half-time score, 1-0.
Yeah, you don't get any points for stating the obvious, Peter, but thankfully this is still very savable. Keep things simple, keep the intensity high, and hope for an early goal. If that happens, it's a game changer.
And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half.
Well, I think in these circumstances, it's all about how to adjust the balance of your team. I mean, you want to get back in it as soon as possible, but without leaving yourself too open.
Tries a shot! And now they can clear their lines. And smartly reclaimed. Messi. Lyon are looking to play on the counter here, aren't they?
Well, I think it's pretty clear they've changed their shape, certainly when defending at least, because they've got to be...
Great chance! It's off target and by quite a way.
Oh, I'm not sure what he had in mind, and I don't think he knew either.
Well, they say football's only a game, but you should try telling
Hello,
this lot.
everybody, and
Without a
welcome
doubt,
to
it is the
today's
week's
match.
most eagerly awaited contest. A sporting event which has magnificent scenery as its backdrop. It is tribal, and it has aroused the most primal of instincts in so many of us. And we are glad to have you alongside us for it. And the mood is boisterous. It is a perfect ambience for the central characters who are ready now to perform. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. Well seen, saw that coming.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
And Dijk calmly anticipates. Oh, perfectly measured that. And he can clear it away.
Pretty robust defending.
Rummenigge. Back in possession and ready to go again. Mateus. Rummenigge. He won't be happy with that one. And here's Owen. Passes coming off in quick succession here.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Kimmich.
Well, both teams are proceeding with caution, but there's plenty of time to wait for some attacking purpose.
That's been cut out, well played. Messi tries to dink it through. Adams cuts it out. Rummenigge. Rummenigge, he's found a way through. Bayer getting this one clear. That has ended up in no man's land. Ernest. Now it's Owen. Belletti.
It's a decent chance to counter-attack.
That's an excellent interception. Messi. Rummenigge. And it's Messi. And Dijk did well to step in there. That was more than necessary. Nicely worked. And he's there to get it away. Ernest. Rummenigge, the man we've all come to watch. And he's let fly. Good first touch and almost as good a second.
That's a great effort. There was very little backlift to indicate what was coming. They've got a healthy number of very tall targets to pick out from this corner.
And now they can spring out of defence. And we've reached half-time. Truth be told, perhaps it's not the game that many anticipated, but there is lots to be seen in it, lots to be taken from it. Plenty for the key figures to mull over, but it remains goalless. How's the first half compared with your expectation?
Well, this has proved a very frustrating day so far, especially for the strikers. Nothing has been created for them. I think the service has been extremely poor.
So we reach the halfway point, and neither side have yet been able to force the issue. It's 0-0. And hostilities have resumed at the start of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Owen. He steps in, and that's the end of that. Now the finish! Superb goal!
Oh, he's quite the pro. The speed and sharpness in his game gives him an advantageous edge, and he applies it with lethal effect. He's class, real class.
And how Owen! Well, that's how he's been caught on it here. Adams getting this one clear. Messi.
Well, Peter, just see here how a lot of the attacking players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter-attack.
Musiala powering forward here. Oh, well played, well played. And he's there to belt it away. So, Jim, what are you thinking?
I think the manager's pondering his options as to whether to stick or twist, Peter, in view of the time remaining. He might have a tough call to make now.
And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped.
He's in plenty of space here. Up he goes!
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
And here's Owen. It's one! Oh no, this does not look good. And he's made sure that's not getting through.
Substitution on the field. Number 42.
Corner number 2 there.
Coming on to replace him is number 13, Ribery.
It's a mighty effort! It's there! Right back in it! Almost no time remaining. Game still on. He knows it's taken a big and very kind deflection, but he is claiming it nonetheless. That has certainly made things interesting.
Yeah, it's a very good contest with two very good sides and with such great individual talent.
Can he finish? He scores! And the game is well and truly turned on its head.
The goal scorer.
Yeah, I'd call that transition with bite. They won it back and bit hard.
Gabriel Batistuta.
Nombre Pichaya get themselves into the lead. There's the hit! It's a goal! They're level in a trice!
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. Well, his movement is all based on fine margins, and the timing of his run then was ideal.
Quite a thriller this one's become.
Well, there's resilience for you, Peter. As a side, they never lost focus despite the setback, and this is thoroughly merited. For me, now they can go on better, possibly.
That's a nicely measured pass. Bayer is there to clear.
6 added minutes has been indicated.
Threads one in, and there's green grass ahead of him. And that is expertly dealt with. And Dyke gets rid without sophistication. Rummenigge. Oh, that's a key interception. That's a sharp pass. And he was quick to react. And that's that. So it's ended all square, both sides showing battling qualities and neither willing to give in. Owen voted man of the match and this. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. Well, the pre-match build-up has been fantastic. Now, the game itself. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Shapes to shoot!
And he was there to get a vital touch. Really looked sharp there, didn't he? That's very well played.
Stood up well to him there.
Well, I have a feeling that Shinji Kagawa will be key today, Peter.
He feels good about himself as well. Fabulous applause as he came out of the tunnel. Mind you, great executions as well.
Well, he's very good both on and off the ball, so he'll be constantly looking for space in and around the area to find a telling pass or two, or making those intelligent runs to get on the end of things.
And he's proved over the course of his career he can do all of those things and a whole lot more. Excellent challenge there, uncompromising. Mateus. And that interception was most necessary.
That's great positioning, so good from him.
Still goalless. That's been cut out, well played. Venice. Messi, he might be in here. And we have our very first corner. Otto gets good distance on it. And here's Owen. Cleared away.
If they want to counter, they could do with more speed.
Now it's Messi. Ernest. Well seen, saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
That has been cut short. Pirlo. Can he get it through? Lovely feet. Thuram!
He was berating his defence before making the save, and he's at it again now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And it's Messi. Pressure coming in from all directions. Look at the space here. Great hit! Oh, now here's an interesting matchup.
Wow, look who's involved.
There's a beautiful simplicity about this contest. Willing running on one side, dogged defence on the other. Well, he's seen that early, used a certain sixth sense. Owen, Bastoni promptly onto that, and that is that. And here's Messi. And Messi!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
And that'll be the last act of the first half. Well, there it is, half-time. Not a bad watch by any means. And the efforts of both sides have been good, but neither have been able to penetrate. And so we reach the break, and the game remains goals. No goals at this stage, but certainly not devoid of action. It is 0-0 here at half-time. And if you're just back from your break, you've missed very little of the resumption of the second half. Both sides defensively robust up to now. Rummenigge. Messi. He's looking for the runner here. But it is clear to see that he is not at all happy with that.
Well, that's down to a simple miscalculation. No more, no less.
Costa Curta.
That will annoy the manager. They're making themselves too predictable here.
Messi. There's some great running on show here, but ultimately there was no way through.
The attendance for this match was
No breakthrough and well into the second
71,649.
period. It is still anyone's game. Now who's going to be first to this? Pirlo. Kagawa. And he was quick to react. Mateus. Works it forward. Messi. Messi really struggling to influence the game.
Look, he could do with someone else taking responsibility to shift the target. He badly needs some help here.
And it's Owen. Messi. Owen. Ernest. Rummenigge. Kante gets it clear. That's a little off target. And here, Owen has another go. It's loose and there's a race for the ball.
Well, they're definitely intent on winning it, and they've come close. Just wondering how many more chances they can have. One, maybe two, realistically.
Owen! Oh, surely that deserved better.
That was created because of good, lively movement, which pretty much dictated the pass.
That's really well cleared. That's really well manoeuvred. Just 5 minutes remaining now. Played back towards his own goal.
Really got in his face there, and it was well played.
And here's Owen. Owen, there's the shot!
You wonder if that's it now, but there may be one more opportunity, Peter, for a late steal here.
Out. So that's it. It is all over. So we finish as we started. Try as they might, neither was able to break through. Well, hello and welcome one and all. It's a pleasure to have you with us. As you can see, we are all set. The game should be a truly entertaining one, whichever side of it you find yourself on. We have a grand mass of noise and colour, and the juices are flowing. And expectations are rising, and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. We have already started here. And that's put paid to a promising move. And the keeper's in command.
Tony Adams is the standout player, Peter.
He does stand out, Jim, of course, but specifically how?
Because he's a colossal presence who seems to thrive the tougher the job gets. His level of commitment is an inspiration for everyone to follow.
Closest thing to a manager on the pitch.
Can't argue with that.
Rummenigge. And it's played forward. Now it's Batistuta. And he welcomes it in. Not pretty, but it gets the job done. Rummenigge. Now it's Owen. Messi.
Oh, look, this is about as tentative as it comes. Hopefully, a football match will break out soon.
Forwards and with intent. Oh, that's well spotted. Mateus. Passing is crisp and sharp. He's a sharp little ball here. And he's there to belt it away. Italy look happy to sit back for the moment here.
Yeah, everything they're doing screams counter-attack, but it's a long counter-attack. When the...
Batistuta. 30 minutes gone. Now it's Messi. And he's away.
Really has the confidence and skill to be able to hold the ball up like that until support arrives a little sooner. And just maybe there he over...
Mbappe! Vitinha. Neither of these two want to come off second best. Some really good ball movement. Batistuta. They want to be quick to recover this. Adams gets good distance on it. There's no such thing as a bad time to score, but this would sure be a good time. Rummenigge. Mateus. That's a nice... Oh, he's been caught napping! Caught offside that time. Partey. Oh, it's a nice idea, but the execution was lacking.
There will be 1
Rummenigge.
minute added time.
And here's Owen. Mateus. He's going for goal! Oh, a decent effort as the first half draws to a close. So, a fascinating half, full of talking points, not least that last very, very late one. So we are still where we were at the beginning. It is 0-0 at the break. And we're off again. So neither side has yet broken through. Oh, what has happened here? And he's cleared it out of harm's way. And it's Messi. And Messi! Good try. The outcome could so easily have been different.
Yeah, that's a decent try when you consider the range.
And we have our very first corner. Batistuta! Marvellous goal!
Well, it's hardly a great surprise to see him doing something thrilling, and it should send a strength and courage through every one of his teammates from here.
With a predatory goal.
Well, I admire players who do that because they just don't give up on anything.
A 1-0 lead established.
Well, whatever the manager said in that dressing room at half-time, it's worth the treat.
So, Jim, is that the manager telling the forwards that they must stay forward for now?
Well, I think he just is concentrating on the shape here, and he wants them to press as high as they can and get in the right position to do that.
Can he finish? finish!
attendance for this match was
And the finish certainly didn't match the build-up.
It didn't quite come off on this occasion, but it only needs a gentle tweak.
Partey. Your impression so far, Jim?
Well, the time has arrived to start taking risks. They may well be happy just to level this. But this is exactly the approach they have to take now, Peter.
Well, they're looking a whole lot more urgent now.
You know, the interest value in this game might just take off from here.
Interesting ball. And Dijk cuts out the pass. Mateus. And here's Owen! He scores! That is his ton! And does he not know it?
Look, there just wasn't much of a gap to begin with, and to find it, I think it was a fine drive, and I don't think the keeper could have really planned for that. I think he's a bit unlucky in that.
Oh, shooting chance! Goal, Italy! And they get themselves in front!
Well, I think there's a few trying to claim offside, but he looks to have been on. Yeah, he was on.
Italy go into the lead. And he can clear it away.
Keep calm and carry on. That's the job in a nutshell now.
Adams cuts it out. Now it's Messi. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Rummenigge. It is looking like the end, if anything's going to happen. And Owen! Should have equalised.
Owen couldn't quite put that away, but there's plenty of positives in how they've responded.
And that has been cleared.
I thought it was going to happen then. How many more chances can they realistically expect now?
Well, that had the makings of something quite promising, but it's fizzled out into nothing. That's really well manoeuvred. Mateus. Here's a player who has defined a generation. Well, there's the clearance. Oh, that is a good Messi! It's run. Oh, he's been caught. In he goes again. Pedri with the clearance. And we're done. Well, that turned out to be quite a game. Both sides committed, determined, driven. And whilst you might argue to the contrary, perhaps a fair result on the balance of things. So the wait is over, we can finally get going. Welcome to everybody who has joined us for this unmissable game. Hugely anticipated, hugely hyped. Undoubtedly the place to be at this moment in time. This place is living up to its reputation as one of the noisiest corners of the footballing world. No decibels spared in this collective chorus. Well, if you did just miss it, we are up and running already. And here's the chance to counter. Kvaratskhelia. And he's let fly. And that's what you call inspired goalkeeping.
Kvaratskhelia actually didn't do an awful lot wrong, to be honest.
Messi.
Well, Peter, if you're looking for a top-class left-back, look no further than this guy.
Seriously rapid Serginho. What can we expect from him?
Well, he's like the fullback, wing-back and winger fused into one. There's a lot of people who can learn a thing or two about the way he moves about the pitch.
Got a shot away! And a terrific save from the keeper.
Really anticipated that well, didn't he?
And we have our very first corner. Up for a header! He scored! Great corner, and he did the rest.
He did so well there, attacking the ball the way he did. He got a strong forehead behind that one.
Kashima Antlers are already chasing the game. They didn't envisage that. And that's been won straight back. Kvaratskhelia. That is Conte. Gets his pass away. Shot a goal! Goal! That is remarkable! All square in a matter of moments.
Well, that's so refreshing. They went a goal down and you never would have guessed it. Their reaction has been emphatic. The invitation was received with such a clever run, and he had that defence in utter confusion.
That has certainly made things interesting.
Well, they just couldn't have responded any better.
Messi! He went for the curler. Dumfries. And smartly reclaimed. Messi. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Still very early doors, but it is a closely contested affair. And he's being shifted off it. Conte, now looking to orchestrate a counter. And nicely intercepted. And it's Conte. Messi. Rummenigge. And here's Owen. That's been cut out, well played. And it's Conte. Dumfries is one whose deliveries we all know about. Venice. Messi. And it's Messi. Conte. Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
Mateus. That looks a good ball through. Now it's Owen. Great hit! Loose ball now, and there's a chase on to retrieve it. Could be danger here.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Rice. Kvaratskhelia. Messi, looking understandably energised after his goal. Now it's Rafinha. Rafinha! Oh, he's managed to get it all wrong. And the first half is done. A pretty decent watch this, and each side has contributed in equal part. A couple of very good goals for the crowd to enjoy, and a game which is right on the edge. At half-time, it's 1 each. The midway point of the game.
Who wants half-time when you have a contest this good? I can only hope it picks up where it left off.
So both teams heading off for the break. An interesting game has brewed up here, hoping perhaps for a little bit more from both parties in the second half, but the score at half-time is 1-1. Now the finish! Oh, he's brought him down, and it is a penalty. So a big chance now from 12 yards. Now, power or placement? Wonderful save by Vitor Bayer.
Once the save was made, the change to both mindsets could be hugely telling now.
Adams cuts out the pass. Kashima Antlers upping the intensity here, having lost possession.
Yeah, it's actually very good pressing. They want it back as quickly as they can get it, and they're hunting in packs to do just that.
Good to watch.
It really is. It's rugged and robust, but it still needs plenty of intelligence and teamwork.
Conte.
The attendance for this match was
Serginho.
71,550.
Gone out for a throw-in. And that's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
And it's Conte. And here's Kvaratskhelia. Well, the defence proved infallible then, but that won't be the last they'll see of him. Now it's Owen. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on. Conte. And there's his chance to lead the counter. Messi. Now Dumfries. Rafinha. Great defending, strong and determined. Kimmich. Well, that was a period of possession which carried just about no threat at all. Well, that looks a decent ball. That is good pressure, just hounded him off it. Rafinha unable to make it happen for all his good intentions. Rummenigge. Dumfries. And that interception was most necessary.
That was well played, well stopped. Don't you just love the level of intensity here? Neither is prepared to back down and to be...
Kvaratskhelia! Oh no, that could be a costly miss.
Kvaratskhelia has delivered a really costly miss. It could have been their last chance to win it.
Substitution on the field. Number 15.
So the manager can make a change for the first time in the game here.
Rice. Number 21. Messi.
That's really well manoeuvred.
Kvaratskhelia. Number 13.
And it's Van Nistelrooy.
Coming on the
This
field.
is intriguing.
Number
It's goal critical.
It's a very open game and an exciting watch. There are no signs of nerves or caginess from either team.
Number 20.
This pitch is go for it territory right now.
Number 7.
Maradona.
Van Nistelrooy.
And that is a little undercooked.
Well, both sides might have to settle for a draw here, although there's still a chance for one last fling. Yeah, I think if that can be...
And we're done. So it does end all square. Inspiration, perspiration, both on show in equal measure. Just not enough on either. Well, there's no doubt that this is a game which holds a special place in the minds of the footballing folk in this part of the world. Expectations rising, evidently the crowd hoping to be treated to a special contest. It is the perfect backdrop for the players to walk out to. And expectations are rising and decibel levels are rising. The noise is quite something. You can feel what football means to the people in this part of the world. Things have got underway here pretty promptly. Mateus is offering some sort of an apology there.
He made it look a bit predictable.
Vinicius Junior. So, Jim, who would you identify as the key man in this fixture?
I'd say Petr Cech. I'm trying to come up with a flaw in his game, and I can't. Dependable and strong in every aspect of a goalkeeper's job, and he breeds confidence for his defence.
Okay, interesting. And we have our very first corner. Cleared away. That's the throw. Donatoni crosses it in. And that's gone behind for a goal kick. No, that's been intercepted. Quarter of an hour played.
Owen really was well marshalled there because he was denied the opportunity to turn.
That has been cut short. Rice, think through. Alvarez finds himself offside.
Well, neither defence has had a wake-up call yet because neither attack has turned up.
Oh, he's found support out wide. Tries to get it clear. It's their second corner of the game. Ronaldinho plays it. Big chance! And another try! Now, who's going to... That's another chance!
Well, he got rid because he was under pressure.
Oh, good ball! He's got the shot away! They've scored! There is the breakthrough! And that is about as cool as they come. He picked his spot expertly.
He had the whole picture in his head, Peter. He didn't even look at the goalkeeper.
So the first goal of the game.
Well, I guess this ought to make things interesting, Peter. No doubt the opposition will now be forced to play a more open and riskier game.
Aim forwards. Threads one in.
That's just playing it safe and simple.
Rice. Alvarez. There's the shot! It's there! And they're at it again in double quick time. And he stuck it away as if laser guided.
Well, Peter, I think the keeper knew straight away he was never going to get to it.
So that's two now without reply.
Well, their manager seems to have them always thinking about the next goal. When's the next goal coming? They're such an entertaining watch.
But it's Owen. That's been intercepted.
That's great positioning. So good from him.
Vinicius Junior. Donatoni. He's found a way through. Adams.
There will be
Are
3
certainly
minutes till
playing with an
time.
intense focus in execution.
Vinicius Junior! That's a half-decent try. Rummenigge. Messi. And that'll be the last act of the first half. What do you think we're up to after 45 minutes?
Yeah, chins have dropped, heads are down, and half-time couldn't have come at a better time.
Just a quick request today for everybody to please kindly remove any cars parked on the road outside the stadium. Substitutions taking place.
And that's the start of another 45 minutes.
Look, before they might get too carried away with thoughts of getting back into the game, they can't afford to slip up and concede another. The next goal becomes crucial.
That's a nicely measured pass.
Well, he certainly wasn't in the mood to take any risks.
Now that's well seen too. Cafu gets it clear.
They've been denied a chance to develop any rhythm in the passing department.
Vinicius Junior! It's run loose. Who's going to get there? No, again there's no way through. And it's Messi. Mateus.
Look, they've had their chance to regroup and rethink. Now they've got to stir a revival.
The attendance for
For
this
a moment you felt that was going somewhere, but they'll have to go again. Well seen. Saw that coming.
That was well played, well stopped.
Vinicius Junior. Costa Curta promptly onto that, and that is that.
But players aren't dropping back anymore.
And that means just one thing, I suppose.
Yeah, they just simply want to engage the counter. Well, not the worst attempt. A little technical tweak should help the quality.
Petit. Messi. Now it's Owen. He's played him through. Real chance! They've scored! There was no getting to that. No getting to it at all. Expertly done.
He weighed up the landscape, Peter, and he stuck it bang in the corner.
We have got ourselves a game here.
I think they can sense a comeback here, and so can this crowd. It's all systems go now.
Oh, good read.
He read that really well and stopped it.
And that's the end of that. It all started well enough. Can he finish? He should have put that one away.
Alvarez really thought he'd scored to settle this contest, and he's struggling to believe being denied.
Back when it goes.
They may end up with some regret with this tactic, but you have to admire their commitment to goals.
Costa Curta. Now this could be a chance. And here's Vinicius Junior. Nice interception. His positioning was spot on.
I think it's time for them to concentrate on closing this one out.
Mateus. Passing nice and neat.
2 added minutes has been indicated.
Cafu is there to clear. Taken back almost at once. Neatly clipped into space, and he was quick to react. And that is it. The referee has seen enough. A game of margins, of thrills, the sort of game that is a great advertisement for our sport. Sad in a way that somebody had to lose.